book with Tea and Book Tuesday, episode 8. And I hope you have some tea and a moment to chat with me, or something to drink that you enjoy. I am drinking a chamomile tea today, and it has a lot of flavors in it. There are rose petals and lemongrass and hibiscus flowers, spearmint leaves, blackberry leaves, peppermint leaves, sarsaparilla root, and lemon balm leaf, and chamomile flowers. So it's all natural flavors in this tea, and I think I've only had it like one other time, and so I thought I'd give this a try. And I'm all bundled up. I'm getting ready to take the dog on a walk, and I'm here in my Kentucky writing office, and thanks for joining me. Behind me is a picture that my son and his girlfriend painted, and I just put that there because my writing office doubles as an arts and crafts room for me, and I have a sewing machine and all my sewing supplies and many arts and crafts supplies here, as well as all of my writing. And so I thought you might enjoy looking at this picture instead of some of my arts and crafts and sewing clutter. But I'm all bundled up and getting ready to take our puppy on a little walk. It's a fall crisp day here in Kentucky, and I'm also thinking about a project that I have to do coming up. I might try to squeeze it in after this next round of edits as I'm preparing for the next Whispers in Wyoming release. My project is I need to clean out my closet, and my husband and I, we both have kind of a different viewpoints on this. My viewpoint is the closets aren't big enough, and his viewpoint is that I have too many clothes. So I do want to downsize a little bit, but I kind of view it like the Lord gave me these clothes, and I do give a lot of clothing away, so I keep getting clothing back. You know how that works in God's economy. But there was also a prophecy many years ago at my home church when a wonderful evangelist came to visit and said to my husband and I that there was going to be a change coming at that time, and that there would be a blessing over us that was going to be so big we wouldn't be able to contain it. And not only has that blessing come in many, many different ways, but it has also come in the form of clothing. And I just have so many clothes. So I am hoping to downsize a little bit. Maybe not too much, but there's a few things more that I'd like to part with. And so I'm thinking about that project today. And that prophecy has definitely come to pass in our lives. We have many, many blessings, and I'm very thankful for all of them. And so I'm not really looking forward to this project, but it is something I'm going to have to do, and I'm sure I'll like it better when it's done. And so that's one of the things I'm getting geared up to do. And I also wanted to share with you a little bit about my book, Protecting Miss Jenna. This is the cover of the book. And if you like the tea that I'm drinking, if you want to get the full flavor of Kentucky, this is a great. So I lost that connection, so I'm going to pick up where I left off. If you want to get the full flavor of Kentucky, Protecting Miss Jenna is really it's a good book to read, because I put so much research into this book, and I did include a lot of background about Louisville, Kentucky, and Kentucky is known as the gateway to the South states. So there's plantations that I went to visit, like the Speed Plantation, and of course the Fernsley Mormon House, and the Locust Grove, and you know, going on a riverboat ride, and so many different things. I've included things about the Galt House, where Abraham Lincoln stayed, and you know, he stayed with the Speeds at the Speed Plantation. So there's a lot of research, and Kentucky had so much going on in the days leading up to the Civil War in this story, and it is a romance. It's an adventurous romance, but there's a lot of history packed into it, and it's like a romance on the Underground Railroad. So during the days in the antebellum era in Kentucky, they had everything. They had abolitionists here who did not believe in slavery, and they had plantation owners who did believe in slavery, and then they also had slave catchers. So in Lexington and even in Louisville, there were slave auctions that happened, and there's a lot of interesting history in this book, including 2 guest appearances by Abe Lincoln. So I think you'll really enjoy the book. I had to put myself in the minds of that time period when I wrote it, and I had to ask myself, if Abe Lincoln had been here visiting my heroine or my characters in the story, what would he have said and what would he have done? So there are some excerpts that I think you'll enjoy very much in this story, and so I think it does give you a really great taste of the South during the days prior to the Civil War, and I hope you enjoy the story very much. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I look forward to sharing my Whispers in Wyoming release with you in November, and I'll be sharing probably a little bit about that with you soon. But take care, and give me a shout out if you got to see this video.